Hey guys! Welcome back to the bench. At the end of our last video, where I showed you how we used this electric motor to replace the manual lever arm on our rolling mill, I promised you that I would show you how we used it to turn this into this. Let's get rolling. We'll begin by parting off one of the larger bars with a jeweler's saw. Once I've sawed most of the way through, a little wiggling will do the trick to separate the bar I want from the rest of the casting. To make the stock we'll need, we'll have to roll this bar down to about 1.5 millimeters wide by about 1 millimeter thick. Right now it's coming in at about 2.6 millimeters square. The gold will work harden as it passes through the rolling mill. We can't reduce it to the required dimensions in a single pass though, and we don't want to crack it, so we'll have to anneal the gold soft again in between passes. Annealing the gold involves heating it cherry red, and then submerging it in cool water. We used a crystal champagne flute for that because it makes an awesome sound. After a few more passes, it looks like we nailed it. 1.5 millimeters-ish by 0.5 millimeter. Perfection. Next, we need to mark off where we'll be cutting and folding our stock. So we'll set our dividers to 10 millimeters and begin marking off the required guidelines. We're bending this flat stock into the shapes we'll need to form our basket, and we don't want to overstress the metal in the process. To make sure that everything goes smoothly, we'll use a triangle file to make relief cuts on the lines we marked out in the last step. Once all of the relief cuts are made, we can break out the saw again and part off the prepared section of stock. It's a simple matter of wash, rinse, repeat to prepare another piece of stock to form the other half of the basket, along with 4 more pieces to form the prongs. With everything prepared, all we have to do is bend and stack before heading off to the laser welder. We're using 0.8 kilowatts of power in 4 millisecond pulses here with the laser set to a 0.5 millimeter spot size. This gives us about 65% weld penetration, which allows us to overlap the weld pools in the piece internally. That means this basket is never coming apart. All it needs now is a little bit of fill wire on the inside joint, which will give us a bit of metal to work down during the setting process. The setting process for this basket is a little arduous, so we're gonna skip ahead to the glory shot of the finished product. If you'd like to see the setting process, you'll have to check out the links we'll leave at the end of the video. Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it guys? I don't know if it shows up on camera, but the topaz that we used here looks like captured thunderclouds, and it is amazing. Now, I know it looks like just a little bit of cutting and filing, a little bit of laser welding, and a lot of bit of stone setting, but it would be absolutely impossible without a quality rolling mill. If you happen to have a rolling mill, but it doesn't have the motor, all of that hand cranking is going to take you about 8 decades, and it's just going to be painful. If you guys would like to know anything else about the things that you saw us do in this video, the cutting and the filing and the welding and the stone setting? Let us know down in the comments, and we'll make new videos to answer those questions. We always hope you'll hit that like button, and you should definitely hit that subscribe button so I can show you how we turned this into these. And when you hit that subscribe button, be sure to hit the little bell as well so that you'll get a notification when I do post that video. Until the next time that we see you, it is always a pleasure having you here with us at the bench.